In an interview with a New Hampshire newspaper, Hillary Clinton called the videos of Planned Parenthood's baby body part sales, quote, disturbing. As you know, investigative reporters went undercover, posing as buyers of human remains, and filmed different senior executives of Planned Parenthood, a billion-dollar abortion company, haggling over prices for different dead baby organs. It's shocking, it's likely illegal. We've shown you a few clips before. Here's one senior doctor of Planned Parenthood's abortion clinics negotiating about selling baby organs while stuffing her face with lunch.
A lot of people want intact parts these days because they're looking for specific nodes, AB nodes, SA. I was like, wow, I didn't even know. Good for them. Yesterday was the first time she said people wanted lungs. And then, like I said, always as many intact livers as possible. People just want
livers.
Some people want lower extremities too, which that's simple. I mean, that's easy. I don't know what they're doing with it. I guess they want muscle. But
Yeah, a dime a dozen.
Here's another senior Planned Parenthood executive saying she might want to charge more for baby hearts or baby livers or baby skulls so she can buy a Lamborghini.
It's been years since I've talked about compensation, so let me just figure out what others are getting, and if this is in the ballpark, and that's fine. If it's still low, then we can talk about it. I want a Lamborghini. I said I want a Lamborghini.
Now, those are just the executives talking about the horror, talking calmly and jokingly and like cold-blooded businessmen, but it was just talk. Well, now there's a third undercover video released this week actually showing how Planned Parenthood goes through an aborted baby, separating its different body parts for sale. There's lots of talk, but they actually show video of the butchering and packing of the human baby as if it were cuts of meat. I literally gagged when I first watched this part. If you're at all sensitive, you should stop watching this video now. You will never unsee it. It is extremely troubling. So please turn off this video if you are at all squeamish or if you simply don't want to see something so horrible. I actually couldn't watch the whole video myself. I nearly threw up. All right, if you're still here, here's part of the third video. Just watch this.
And my trainer comes over and she puts on gloves and she grabs some tweezers and she's picking the parts away from the vaginal tissue. And I've never had anxiety before this at all. So I'm looking and I don't know what's going on. I had no idea this was what was going to be happening, especially my first day. And she has tweezers and she's like, okay, well, this is the head, this is the arm, this is a leg. And she hands them over. So, oh, here you go. Can you show me some of the parts I just showed you? And I grabbed the tweezers. I'm like, because I didn't want to lose this job. I didn't know. I was already stoked to get it. So I did what she said. And the moment I took the tweezers, I put them in the dish. And I remember grabbing a leg and I said, this is the leg. And the moment I picked it up, I could just feel like death and pain. Like I've never felt that before, like shoot up through my body.
This human butchery is being done by the largest abortion company in the United States, Planned Parenthood, which has franchises in Canada too, by the way. I have no idea if they do this in Canada, but it is obviously a widespread practice in the US and one approved by their senior executives down there. These undercover videos have received literally millions of views online. They were obviously part of a patient, meticulous, long-term undercover investigation, and apparently there are many more videos to come. There are now calls for investigations of possible crimes committed here, as well as defunding of Planned Parenthood, which receives hundreds of millions of tax dollars in the United States. But there has been a near total news blackout from the mainstream media on this. Here, I searched for the words Planned Parenthood on the CBC's website, for example. No mention at all. The CBC is obsessed with U.S. political coverage and every trivial detail. I mean, here's a big story they wrote about comedian Jon Stewart mocking Mike Huckabee, just some campaign trivia, but a big story on the CBC, but not a word about this massive undercover investigation that's now sparking U.S. congressional inquiries. The media cone of silence is because they know that this news is shocking and it destroys the entire narrative of the pro-choice movement, the most moderate of which is to make abortions legal, safe, and rare. Well, this isn't any of those things. It's not legal to sell baby body parts. It's not safe to change how you do an abortion in order to preserve the baby's organs for resale. And it's not rare. This is done hundreds of thousands of times a year by Planned Parenthood alone. There are more black babies aborted in New York City each year than there are black babies born live in New York. It's not rare. But this shows that the leading abortion corporation isn't just about being pro-choice, it's actually about being pro-abortion. It's about making money off dead babies. It's about a total heartlessness, a total void of humanity. It is not inappropriate to compare this to the corrupted Nazi science conducted by Joseph Mengele on Jewish concentration camp prisoners. It's not inappropriate to make that comparison. Both were done in the name of science. Both treated their subjects as pieces of meat, not parts of humanity. Abortion isn't something fun and breezy and liberated like a sassy column in Cosmopolitan magazine. It's grisly and brutal and ends a human life. Hillary Clinton is as pro-choice as a politician gets. A few years ago, she received Planned Parenthood's highest honor, their Margaret Sanger Award, named after the eugenics activist who started the abortion company years ago. Clinton said in the newspaper today, "I have seen pictures from these videos and obviously find them disturbing." Of course, they are disturbing. Even a pro-abortion Democrat like her has to acknowledge that. And the fact that America's most tightly scripted, well-rehearsed politician, Hillary Clinton, would say this shows that these videos are changing the way the entire abortion industry is being viewed in America. The poll numbers on this must be brutal for her to speak out. Well, now that Hillary Clinton has spoken out, do you think her campaign volunteers in the mainstream media, including at the CBC, do you think they might start to talk about this subject too? For TheRebel.media, I'm Ezra Levant.